What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction as well as a stretching Luca. And we're going to listen to another remix from the second disc of the Time and Again compilation. And we're going to listen to a remix of You Are the One. So clearly, Shell will be enjoying the run of remixes the last couple weeks. But yeah, it's a tune from Stay on These Roads. I know it's not everyone's favorite. It is still catchy. It's the kind of melody you might find yourself humming for hours after you hear it. And it might be on the lighter side of their catalog in terms of lyrics and atmosphere, but yes, I think it's an entirely unobjectionable tune and it has its appeal. I will say the remix, is it listed as just dub? Let me check the specific name here. It's Dub Mix Edit. So yeah, a dub mix from '88. I wonder, I did a Come Undub of remix of Duran Duran's Come Undone, and it was dub in like a reggae sense. When dub reggae, it's very stripped down, it's very bass heavy, it's the kind of reggae that is designed to be played with big subwoofers where it's almost like vibrating, and it is, again, a very minimalist type of reggae. And it's sort of for audiophiles, I would say, in terms of like the particular bass stylings and so on. I don't necessarily expect that to be the case here. Now, a dub mix could also be a mix where most of the vocals are removed. I'm more inclined to think it might be something like that, though I would be surprised if all the vocals are gone, because I feel like the title phrase of the chorus is in some ways like the essence of the song itself, so I don't really know what to expect here, but given that it's from the late 80s, I would expect it to have a quality of remix, or not quality, but a style of remix that's common to a lot of those extended mix or 12-inch mix, meaning like I would expect it to be longer than the album track and to, again, maybe have some interlude sections that are not present in the single or like album version of the song. So let's give it a listen. This is Aha, and a remix from the second disc of Time and Again, and it is the dub mix edit, although edit makes me think it might not be terribly longer than the album track, but yes, the dub mix edit of You Are the One. really interesting. So that it feels like it was sort of both of the concepts I was thinking of, maybe more so the vocals being stripped out, though in the latter half of the tune they came back a bit more fully, though even then still like not in their full scope and consistency as in the album track. But yeah, for the first half it was like very vocally minimal, just sort of looped little echoed phrases, including the title phrase. That I was not surprised by. But yeah, so sort of dub in a taking out many of the vocal sense, but also dub in like it was minimally arranged. It didn't quite have the like down tempo reggae dub stylings that some dub mixes do, like that Come Undub mix of Come Undone. But it really did have a more minimalist sound. It had a more echoed and cavernous sound that is very much a characteristic of dub in that sense. So yeah, it was sort of like both of the meanings of dub that I was thinking of, but not entirely either of them, if that makes sense. And yeah, it's fun. It has that 80s like cowbell type of percussion rhythm that I talked about in the house mix of Touchy. So again, very much of its time. So yeah, like obviously it's a bit more niche, meaning people who are into Aha's music, even if they're not particularly fond of You Are the One or Touchy, like I get how they might be like, thinking this is far away from Aha's sound, even in regard to a tune that might not be their favorite. But as someone who enjoys like remix culture, and obviously my experience with remix culture before I began all these deep dives that I'm doing was more about like techno and trance mixes, like in a decade after this, but who's come to hear a lot of remixes from the early, mid, and late 80s through the various synth pop and like synth rock groups that I've been deep diving on. I appreciate it for what it is, and I get how like there might be some groovy dancing that would be taking place to a track like this in the clubs of the 80s. So yeah, again, like not the same as the album track, and definitely with some dub flavorings in a couple different ways. But yeah, I enjoyed it. So let me know what you think. I don't know if you saw, because she's like facing the wrong way, but Luca was dreaming during this because her paws were fluttering and she was sort of like moving her mouth. So she must be dreaming about something very fun, maybe Morton and the guys running around New York City. So in any case, let me know what you think, and I will see you for the next one. Peace.